Who is this guy streaming?
Rude alert, abandoned shop. This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, hello everybody, how is everyone? Are we all okay? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Avian, hello, the Whiskey boy, Whiskey and the Gem. Whiskey, Gem, Avian, Chris on YouTube, hello, how are you doing? Happy Monday everybody. Are we all well? What do we think? What do we think of this guy? What do we think of this guy? He's a bit cool. I think he's a bit good. What's happening here? Why is that the wrong size? Let's get it stretched up a little bit. There we go. That's about right, isn't it? And we can just stretch that out to there. There we go. Better than the. It's definitely better than the old Warpeb. I'm a little bit curious why they've made the War Magic pink. I don't know why it's pink, but he's cool. He's properly cool. I like him a lot. I'm loving how they're doing the new orcs. The new orcs are looking absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, proper good. Proper good. Hope it will be available outside the box. Yeah, of course he will. Of course he will. Because green wouldn't blend in with that skin. Yeah, but they could, like, it's always. I thought he was always blue. I thought Wild Magic was always blue. Or bright green. Like, you could do it bright green and make it work. Anyway, yeah, it's cool. He's awesome. I like him a lot. Yeah, and I like the rocks on the base, the little checkerboard on his loincloth. It's fab. You need that neon green. Yeah, neon. Sweet. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool. He's very plain on the back, isn't he? He's all front. He's all front. It's dead good. Oh, I need to put my headphones on. I don't know whether you guys are talking to me. Hang on. One sec. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. There we go. Headphones are on. Yeah, happy Monday, everyone. I've got a new Patreon video. New Patreon video is up today, so that is all up there. So if anybody is a member of Patreon, there's a new video about the Night Lords which has gone up today. Did not get to the post for the helms. Just pulled the helms from the box just now, and during lunch I will go grab a pouch from UPS and then ship afterwards. Oh, sweet! Thank you very much. Cheers, dude. Really appreciate that. That'd be amazing. Yeah, we're actually going to paint Alistair today. So we're going to paint his body and everything ready for his head. So yeah, oh god, he's proper cool, isn't he? He's proper cool. I tell you what, I do like the this kind of string that they're starting to put on the bases. Yeah. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. If they keep going this way, I wonder what's left to come out. Do we know what's left from the reveal trailer? I can't think of anything else that was in the reveal trailer. There was a walker, wasn't there? So there's like some kind of like little death killer can walker thing with Jiggy. UPS, yeah, UPS is fine. I don't have any problems with any postage where I am, dude. All my postmen are fantastic. Business professional on the back, Orc Disco on the front. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's very pro. He's very professional on the back. Not even any tattoos at work. Not even any tattoos. No tattoos at work. New Mad Doc and the Orc Walker. Was there a Mad Doc as well? A Mad Doc would be cool. The Mad Doc would be cool. I need to get. So this is the one I need to get my hands on. I was looking at. The reason why the Knights are up is I was looking at Knights for the Night Lords because I thought Night Lords, out of all the Horus Heresy armies which I have in inverted commas, I think Night Lords are the ones which are most, you can kind of most likely see a allied knight in. And I love the Porphyrion. Absolutely love the Porphyrion, and like maybe the Porphyrion is the perfect chance, or maybe the Night Lord is the perfect chance to actually get a Porphyrion. Anyway, if you're in my Discord, you will have seen the Porphyrion, the Night Lord's Porphyrion that One Stop Wargaming posted. Where are we? Xenos Orcs. This guy is the one that this is the guy that I want to get hold of because he's the absolute epitome of everything that I think is right with the current Orcs. I think that's amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, what we need is a Bad Doc and Mad Doc. Oh yeah, we could have Mad Doc Grotznik. Oh. They showed the Chaplain with the jetpack. They haven't showed a Chaplain, no. They've shown the boring Intercessor, which is just an old Intercessor. And yes, UPS is absolutely fine, Avian. That's what Games Workshop deliver all my stuff by as well. Unfortunately, Porphy costs as much as a 2K army. Money-wise, yeah, we'll save up or something. I like to try and get myself something for like birthdays and Christmas, so maybe the Porphy can be part of that for my birthday this year. What did I get for my birthday last year? I got something for my birthday last year. I can't remember what it was, and then I got the Reaver Titan for Christmas a couple of years ago. Things like that. So, yeah. I really like that. This kind of aesthetic on the Orcs I think is fantastic, and this guy is just oozing that kind of aesthetic. I think is brilliant. So, yeah, brilliant. If you buy the Porphy, let me know if it's easier to build than the Warhound. I don't have a Warhound. So I wouldn't be able to let you know. Time for a giveaway. I don't know what I could paint for a giveaway though. Like I'm always sad with the giveaways because I paint things and they're so cool. I don't want to give them away. I'm always really sad. Yeah, there's the weird boy. So marks out of 10 for the weird boy. I think it's a solid 8.5. Solid 8.5. I think he's fab. I think he's fab. 8.5. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Activated.
I heard Warhound. Do I need to be a bad influence? Yes, you do. Yes. Do I need to be a bad influence? I was going to reply to your story and say you're forgiven because I've been a bad influence making you get World Eaters, but I couldn't word it properly. He's a 8.5 model, 5 paint job. I'd agree with that. Yeah, the paint job isn't particularly inspiring and punchy, is it? But don't like the pink. I don't get the pink. I don't get why Wild Magic is suddenly pink. That was the first thing I said on the stream. It's the first thing I said to Rich as well. I was like, why is Wild Magic pink all of a sudden? like, there's not that much green on him, and the green that's on him is really desaturated. Just to use a really saturated green. Good job, One Stop. I won a coupon from Forge World when you could buy from Forge World with currency exchange and the US dollar was strong, so bought a Warhound and had someone else build and paint it. Oh, fantastic. Darker skin, bright green, orange energy. There's ways of painting him in a different direction. Yeah. Do you need to influence on a Warhound as well then, One Stop? Do you need to influence on a Warhound as well? Yeah, I like him. Yeah, we'll sort out the trailer. He was angry and cool. This is a bit off. I think he's still angry and cool. I just think he's got a soft paint job. No, I already have. Oh dear. Yeah, I think he's just a bit of a soft paint job. I want more. Oh, I love snake bites. Tell you what, my favourite are the blood axes. I think if I do orcs, I think there'll be blood axes. I think I'll do blood axes. And also, I was wondering whether, because obviously we know how much I like Old World, should I get all my AOS Skaven and put them on square bases and have an Old World Skaven army? Is that the way forwards? Bright glowing red instead of the pink, really punchy. The contrast up to the green would have worked better. I think blue. I'd have gone blue. With the magic, but I mean it just means that when we get the model, then we can do really cool shit with it, can't we? I do miss the grot or the orc minders. Yeah, grot would be cool. I mean, yeah, maybe, but like it's a million times better than anything that they've been doing for the orcs beyond the last few years. Like, I don't really like all the squig shit that they did. That was just, I don't quite get what the point of all that was. So I don't really like, as much as I like squigs, I don't really like the squig things that they did. What were they called? What was it? Where are they? If we go right at the top. Like, I like all the Speed Freak stuff. The Speed Freak stuff is cool. Squig Hog Boys, the Kill Rig. What are the dudes called? What were the dudes called? Beast Snaggers. There we go. The Beast Snaggers. There they are. Beast Snaggers. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Beast Snaggers. I don't quite know what the Beast Snaggers were. Like, why don't you just call them Snake Bites and do like lean into the Snake Bites properly? What? I don't. That was just a weird release for me. Like, this guy's cool. I just don't really get. I didn't really get what the point of the Beast Snaggers was. Snagger Boys was a miss in my mind. Yeah, I just don't get it. Chris does not read chat. I don't. Beast Snaggers, Squig Hog. You're tossing about Shade and hit Battle Squig. And you are tossing about Shade and hit Battle Squig. I think this is great. Hey, Battle Squig, how you doing? How do the Skaven do with the legacy rules? I don't know, actually. I don't know. I'm sure they're fine. Not liking Squigs, that is. Well, it's the same thing they did with the Speed Freaks. What's the same thing they did? The Speed Freaks have always been a thing, though. Like the Speed Freaks, they just added all the cool stuff to the like buggies, and they turned all the orc buggies and orc bikes and battle wagons and everything into a thing, and they just turned them into like Speed Freak cars and buggies and stuff. Whereas the Beast Snaggers, I just don't quite know what they did. I don't get why. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this guy is really, really cool, and like I said, this guy, if they're going like this direction with all the orc stuff, it's just fab. So, yeah, I'll probably try and do Evil Sons with the Speed Freaks. Yes. So, yeah, I'd try and do some Blood Axes or something. Who's that? Shirato!
Morning.
Good morning.
4 years in a row? Wow. I must be a saint to put up with an ultramarine fanatic for so long.
You are a saint. You're an absolute saint and a legend. Thank you very much, Shirato. What an absolute hero. Thank you. Is everything doing good? Is everything going well, mate? Night Armor in Stream Gallery. Oh yes, let's go to street. Let's do some Discording now. We've caught up on Warcom. There's nothing really else on Warcom. Next week there is some. We haven't got Spike in chat, but next week we do get some Skaven next week. So, how many do you get on these? Are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you get 20 plus 3 heroes ish, something like that. So that's one unit. That's one unit of Skaven for the old world. So you get 1 unit of Skaven. I'm going to stick them on square bases. I've got to stick them on square bases, right? And then you get like a badass hero like this dude. So they made the cults become generic, so you could have a goth speed freak. Yeah, it's the same thing. They've obviously done some cult stuff. One overstaffed Blood Bowl team. These are gutter runners. Yeah, these are the new gutter runners. They're gorgeous. I like them a lot. Where's the? Hang on. Is there a? No. Of course there's not. Hang on, where's news? Can I go to news? No, I can't go to news. This is an absolute bag of crap, isn't it? Absolute bag of crap. AOS, there we go, more. Where's the... I want Daughters of Cain, yes please. There it is. This is what I want, so I can have a look through the. He's cool. Don't you think he's cool? These are Eshin. You need to do a spacer for them that is a sewer grate with the rats running out of it. Yeah, that sounds like a cool plan. I'm pretty sure because I've got a big bag of terrain. I'm pretty sure I must have a sewer grate in the terrain. And then obviously I've got all the what's in the. Where's Spike? We need Spiky Boy. Where's Spiky Boy? Not Old World, Age of Sigmar. Shop hall. Where's the oh, start here, there it is. Starter sets. That one. How much do you get in it? That's spearheads. Is that the spearhead? No, hang on. What's the Age of Sigmar start? No. Age of Sigmar starter set? Spearhead starter set? Which is the... Where's the... Do they not do a big box of Warhammer Age of Sigmar anymore? Is it that one? It's that one, isn't it? Why is that the... Why is that... Oh, there's Spike!
And I will not eat you! Yet.
Spiky, before you go to work, you need to... We've got everybody in. Everybody. Halo Sinister. Spiky, you need to check some. You need to check some DMs, dude. Yeah, we were just talking about because if these guys come out, I was wondering, should I put all these guys? Where is it? Because this is a cool box set. I like this box set. It looks great. So I was wondering, Spiky, whether I should put all of these on square bases, and then do a Clan Eshin Old World army. And then I was just wondering what I've actually got in what I actually got in the Age of Sigmar box. So what do we actually get in this Age of Sigmar box? Because I have this box. Because I wanted to do an army of these. I wanted to do an army of them. Of course I should. Okay. So what do you get? Right, and I gave this one away. So I don't have that because I don't like the model. I gave that one to my friend. I have him. I have him. Okay, so it's Rat Ogre things. I've got that. Oh, I've got the terrain as well. Oh, yes. Oh, right. Oh, wow. Where's the Skaven? There we go. Right, so this is all the Skaven. Is that it? Is that all you get? Is that all you get, Spike? Grey Seer is nice. Skaven in the Old World. Heresy, sadly. Hendarian, how you doing? Hendy. Hendarian. I have all these from Skaven Tide and whatever else I bought. Shrinkflation. Is that all you get? You get one unit of... I'm guessing they're clan rats, right? You really like the Lord model too. I feel like they've been cooking with the latest mounted heroes. No, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the... I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't like the rat that he's on. The model himself is really cool. This guy's really cool. So you get... Okay, so I haven't got as much Skaven as I thought. Okay, fair enough. I even like the Goblin one. They probably got the never-ending tide rule from the box game. Could sign up for a Hatchet Spearhead, I guess. Could sign up for a Hatchet Spearhead. Yeah, so if I've got... Hang on. Eshin. Clan Eshin is... How much stuff can you get in the Clan Eshin? Because you can have a Vermin Lord, can't you? You can have a Clan Eshin Vermin Lord. I'm talking about the Old World, Spiky. City of the Ash. Yeah, City of Ash is this one. So this is the new one. I've got this one. This is the one that Games Workshop sent me. So I was wondering, because I've got this one, if I grabbed and picked up the City of Ash box as well, then that might be a good portion. A good portion toward stuff. But yeah, Spike, you should definitely check your DMs on Discord, dude, before you go to work. So if I pick this one up as well, whenever this one comes out, and put them all on square bases, along with all of these on square bases. But these are just clan rats, aren't they? I think they're just clan rats. Oh my god, you get so much stuff in the box, don't you? I forgot. And yeah, we need to do a sewer. Hang on, gutter runners are skirmish. So the gutter runners from here are skirmished in Old World, aren't they? So they're not even rank and file. They're not even rank and filed up. So I don't need to do a big sewer unless I do the clan rats and paint them in the Clan Eshin colours and then put a sewer in the middle of them. Eshin are the... Yeah, I love Eshin. Eshin is the best. Eshin are the best. You can do 10 gutter runners and 10 night runners, and apparently 20 of either one singly. 10 gutter runners and 10 night runners. What would you recommend? I just do generic Skaven. I don't stick with a specific clan. Yeah, but Clan Eshin is so cool! Clan Eshins are assassins! I like assassins! Pestilence is a close second. You're getting 2 boxes, so I can do 20 of both. You're getting 2 boxes of City of Ash. You're getting 2 boxes of this. I mean, it's worth 2 boxes to get 2 of the Deathmaster, because he's awesome. He's properly cool. Although I do want to resculpt the cloak. I want to have the cloak flowing a little bit more freely and not having it flow a little bit freely and not. It looks like it's been starched. The cloak looks like it's been starched. Oh dear. Dumb question. Does a Skaven have a Rat King base character monster swarm? If not, why not? A Rat King. Purples, you can't come in and then lurk. It looks really bad, doesn't it, Hendy? Hendarian. It's I don't get who's got. So I'm gonna cut that off about here. I'm gonna cut that off about here and then just do loads of like stringly, straggly bits, like I've been doing my like I've been doing the flayed skin on my Night Lords, which we'll look at in a bit. So yeah, anyway, that's the plan. Hendy is fine, don't worry. Hen or Henny is also okay. What about Darian? Or Dorian? Oh my god, we could call it Hendorian. Oh, Hendorian. Hendorian, who has a big portrait in his attic to keep himself young. But the Skaven are ruled by the Council of 13. Yeah, so also Age of Sigmar, they're chaos, aren't they, Skaven? Oh, have you got that Deathmaster? Oh, there's another Deathmaster! I could have loads of Deathmasters! I could just have loads and loads of assassins. Loads of assassin spike. I could just have loads of assassins and vermin lords. Night runners, old night runners. Oh, doom wheels. God damn it. God damn it. An Eshin. Can I have an Eshin doom wheel? Can I have a sneaky doom wheel? I've already got the Doom Flayers. Yeah, it should be quite fun. Doom Wheels, I said. Doom Wheels are really cool. So the first AOS army I had when I got back into the hobby and I was trying to get into and like Age of Sigmar, I bought my friend's Skaven army for 90 quid. And it had tons of stuff in it. And it had 2 Doom Wheels. And I made one that was like jumping off and like being really cool. And one that was like buried in the ground and stuff. So yeah, I really like the Doom Wheels, but I really like Clan Eshin. That one is peak. Oh, and there's that Underworlds Warband with a mini Doom Wheel. The Underworlds Warband has a mini Doom Wheel? Does it? There's an Underworlds Warband with a mini Doom Wheel? I know there's the Doom Flayers, these little dudes. Are they new? Are those? Oh, they're new Globadiers as well. And what? Oh my god! Oh dear! Oh dear! The Underworlds one isn't in here yet, or anymore. And there's Vizik. Yeah, yeah. Anyway. Let's go and have a look at Discord, see what everybody is doing on Discord. Because you mean you haven't already? No, I haven't. I'm really sorry, Spike. I'm really sorry. I didn't get round to doing anything with my AOS Skaven. So, Mr. One Stop. Hendy will be lurking, doing some actual painting today. Sweet! I have that really old Doom Wheel from 15-20 years ago. Stop with the Skaven. I gave away mine because I was never going to paint it to a school club. You were never going to paint it at a school club? Why is this not loaded? There we go. So One Stop has been painting up a knight, and then also he's been taunting me with a Porphyrion. So if anybody's in Discord and you scroll up in general chat, you will see the Night Lord's Porphyrion that One Stop sent me this morning. So he's been painting up. What's this knight, Stu? Which knight is it going to be? Is it going to be a Lancer? This isn't a Lancer, is it? What's the crazy bonkers gun one? Look at this. Atropos. I was never going to paint it full stop. Instead, gave it to a school club full stop. Gotcha. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. And then lots of gloss varnish. Lots of gloss varnish. That is a lot of gloss varnish, Stu. What have you done? So that you can put the transfers on. Oh, is it liquid mask? Oh. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you can do the trim. Gotcha. Yeah, these are looking really cool. Looks really cool. I am punctuation matters. I am a little bit disappointed that the Death Guard transfer sheet isn't particularly good. But then it's the same. It's the same with the Night Lords one. The Night Lords one is not particularly good either. It's really weird. I need to find. I'll tell you what I need to find. I need to find a Horus Heresy transfer sheet that has black, white, and red squad markings, so I can throw and scatter some squad markings around places, unless I just do the runes, unless I just put runes on everything. Just need to add 2 more shields and 2 guns to my breacher squad, full stop, full stop. Then I have to then I will have them ready to paint, full stop. They also have a rat with a bomb tied to the back. Oh, that one! Yes. Has a tiny doom wheel. Is that one still on? These look really cool, Stu. These look really cool. Is that one still on here? Is there even an Underworlds thing anymore? Yes. I've got the original. I've got the very, very first. It's not that one. That one. Oh, look how cool he is! Look how cool he is! That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. I like him. I like him. It's one of the coolest models in the whole Skaven range. Yeah, he's fab. I like him a lot. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with the Night Lords. Whether to just throw runes at the armor and kind of forget about the squad markings because they're kind of chaotic. So you may as well just throw. Although, what is this one? What's this one, everybody? Hang on, let's go down to painting. What is this one? Let's turn the Discord off. Let's put a battery in. What are these ones? What are the little coffins with the lightning strikes in them? Reavers of Ruin box has the Eshin warband too. Oh no, Sinister, don't Sinister. Reavers of Ruin. Where's the Reavers of Ruin box? There it is. Chaos warbands. Oh, I have that one. Yeah, okay, so I have that one. I've got that warband because it's Eshin. So yes, I have that warband. So technically, I could put those on square bases as well, but then I don't know what I'm going to have to look at because I've only just thought about this. I'll have to have a look at what the old world army list is like for the Skaven and see what I could write. Yeah, what are these coffins with the lightnings? Is this supposed to be squad markings, or is this just something random? I don't quite know what those are meant to be, and I'm not entirely sure what these ones are meant to be either. I think they're that icon that we saw when we were looking through stuff, because it's the Night Lords logo with a sword down the centre of it. You've not gone down that far with the Night Lords, Chris, the lightning on the coffin. You need to buy both when the new AOS models come out in single boxes. So, yeah. So it might just be a case of just throwing runes all over the models then. And keeping them random. But we are going to do all sorts of different colour shoulder pads and like red hands and red arms and red shoulder pads and black shoulder pads and black arms and black shin pads and red shin pads. Like they're going to be just really chaotic in terms of the colours and everything. So, and this is what's up on my Patreon now. So if you want to know how I painted these guys, you can go over to my Patreon. You can have a look at these. I don't think they've turned up very well.
I'm also God's favourite.
Yes.
And the most interesting.
Tari 2. Tari 2. Tari 2. Tari 2. Tari, how are you? There is a video up on Patreon, Tari, so you can go and have a look if you want. So latest Patreon video is all about the Night Lords and painting these inducti up, and then hopefully, well, not hopefully, definitely, we will then end up going and doing some really cool variations for the other Night Lords, which will be great as well. So yeah, these will be cool. The ones with wings and sword are the Terran veteran. Oh, Terran veterans. Yes, 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 that's it. So, Avian, in your opinion, would these go on the shoulder pad in replacing these ones, or would these go on shin pads? Yeah, because they're just going to be so kind of random and chaotic. And where's the... There we go. Check this out. I want to know what everybody thinks about this. I reckon they'd go on the other shoulder pad. So you reckon Night Lord on that one, and then the Terran one on that one, replacing the squad markings. Well, I haven't got any squad markings. I don't have any squad markings. There are no squad markings on the thing. So I'm just going to cover armor with 8s and runes and coffins with lightnings and everything else. So no squad markings. That was what I was saying. Like I was wondering whether to bother looking on, because if I go and have a look on the Horus Heresy section in here, accessories. If I go and have a look on here and try and look at all the transfer sheets, here we go, and see if I can find some that are red, white, and black squad markings. So maybe Blood Angels or White Scars. White Scars, bloody hell, White Scars have got a lot. Jesus, White Scars have got loads of stuff. See, this is the sad thing. Like, some transfer sheets have bloody loads of stuff, and some transfer sheets, like the Night Lords and the Death Guard, just have, like, nothing. Iron Hands, Space Wolves, have they got squad markings? Not really, they're all runes. Dark Angels, the Dark Angel one's pretty good. Custodes, Alpha Legion, Blood Angels, there's a Blood Angels one. That's not bad. Look, that's got lots of squad markings down here. So I mean, I'm not doing. It's specifically not going to be like my Raven Guard, where all of one squad is going to have the same squad markings and stuff. It's definitely not going to be like that. And all in one squad are not even going to have the same colour shoulder pads. Emperor's Children one is incredible. Yes, it might be because the Night Lords and Death Guard were earlier in the process. Maybe if that was what it was. Where did you get the transfers? These ones are the Forge World ones, the Horus Heresy, Night Lords Horus Heresy transfers. So this is the Night Lords one, but like a quarter of it is just taken up with lightning strikes, which is shit. Because I can freehand all these, so I don't need that much wasted on the transfer sheet for Lightning Strikes. Fill that with something else. But everything else is brilliant. And I always say, if you are doing Space Marines, go and grab the appropriate Horus Heresy transfer sheet, because generally they're fantastic. I mean, this is going to be really cool to play around with on the tanks and stuff, because I do have a Spartan, I do have a Kratos, so I'll throw some of these on the Kratos. I've got these for some of the flags, so I can put some of these on the banners and things. Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool when I get around to doing it. Yeah, I just wish there were more of this sort of stuff up here. Like the Raven Guard one's fantastic, the Dark Angels one's fantastic, the Emperor's Children one is fantastic. So they're the other three I've got. Not that I've got any Emperor's Children for Horus Heresy beyond this guy. This is the only Emperor's Children I've got for Horus Heresy, Mr. Lucius. I like the Sand Timers. Your time is up. Oh dear, that is Lightning Strikes. I could not see them. Yes, you found them. Nice one, Tari 2. So yeah, we are going to paint Alistor today. So there is Alistor. He's going to get started, and he's going to be very, very different in the Night Lord's army, because he's going to have Raven Guard armor, which is going to be awesome. So he's going to paint him up like a Raven Guard. But yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of that fist? Does that fist look too big? Have you thought of creating a warband out of your Night Lords, a theme across your army? Yes, I have. No, I'm not going to do it. I might do like a couple of models, a couple of models within the entire army that are from a warband or something. So yeah, I'm not segregating anything in the Night Lords. The Night Lords is just going to be absolute chaos. Maybe put an hourglass on each knee pad or something to tie them together. So the warbands will be. I could tie the warbands together by giving them all a red shoulder pad and then putting those two bones or something, or an hourglass on the knee, but they're going to be scattered across all different units and stuff. I tried to learn how to use transfers, but after wasting 3 Dark Angels ones, I decided my dudes will not use Legion marking. His fist does not look too big. Piotr, I am going to do a Patreon video all about using transfers very, very, very soon, because it is a regularly requested topic. So yeah, I'm going to do a Patreon video all about transfers on there. So !Patreon, !Patreon, if you want to drop me a follow over on there. Chris's transfer method is smart. Thank you very much. I'll add it to my to-do list. Thank you, Tari 2. Yes, that is definitely going very, very soon as well, because I'm going to. So for Night Lords, I have a Spartan. Have I got a Land Raider? I've got a Land Raider Tank Hunter. Yeah, I've got a Land Raider Tank Hunter, a Spartan, a Kratos, a Vindicator, a Whirlwind, which I need to replace the turret from, as we found out last week from Avian. A Whirlwind, a Predator, and I'm sure there's something else in there. But anyway, I've got 6. I've got 6 tanks to do for the Night Lords, which is going to be really, really good fun. So they're going to have tons and tons and tons of transfers. But then also, I definitely want to include transfers on shoulder pads, because they're really tricky, because they've got this compound curve on them. But also there's this video on my Patreon at the moment where I talk a little bit about the transfers, and you can see me do the transfers on that video. There's also on my Patreon the video for my Raven Guard with the cloak. So there's a cloak video on my Patreon for the Raven Guard, and that is that's got a big transfer on it as well, which has got loads of curves on it. So that's really, really cool. What do you use to place the transfer? Was it a Q-tip? Brush. Yeah, I use a brush.
All hail and Huggletary II, High Empress of all the stuff, God's favourite princess, ruler of all the castles, painter extraordinaire, super duper nice person and artillery Tarry. Fuck. Moo. Tongue. Where is my music, damn it?
Oh,
Fuck.
music. Yes. Yeah, Avian. The video's up, so you can go and watch the video later tonight. Let's get some music on for the Empress and for the Olivia. There we go. Have some music. But yeah, use a brush. I use a brush. So yeah, that will be coming very, very soon. So we're okay with that. Does that look okay? Because the one thing I was thinking about with this is because it's got quite pointy fingers, and it's got joints, I could like cut the fingers off at the joints and give them a bit of a talon, which might be quite cool. So that might be quite cool. That Night Lord is really good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Neo, I will throw... Can somebody do exclamation mark Patreon in Twitch chat and I will copy it over. In fact, Tari did it earlier. There we go. Got it. Copy link address. If I put the Patreon link in there. There we go. Everybody over on YouTube. There is my Patreon over on YouTube as well. So if anybody wants to go and see how I did this, I do a nice little conversation about it all. So that's one and that's another one. So this is the Inducti. These are the Inducti. We're not doing any Raven Guard Inducti because I don't like the rules for them and they're a bit boring, kind of lore-wise with the rules. Whereas the and also I've already done like 20 tactical squads for the Raven Guard. If I hadn't already done 20 tactical 20 tactical Marines, I might have done a year of Inducti, but I doubt it. But as it is, I want more of the interesting units for the Raven Guard. But the Night Lords have really cool rules for the Inducti, because I've only just started the army right at the beginning. I thought I would do a unit of Inducti, which are these guys. Now these ones are one of the only ones which are going to be very, very recognisable from everything else, mainly because they're not going to have helmets. So the entire unit doesn't have helmets, and they all have these really, really cool Killer's Blade weapons which look really cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing those. They're really fab. And I've been doing some sculpting on all of these. So all of these are starting to have little bits of flayed skin sculpted on them all. I'm just kind of just rolling out a little bit of Tamiya QuickType every now and then, and just sculpting a bit of flayed skin on some of the bodies which I've got around. And also definitely, where's the Mark 7 helmet? Where is the Mark 7 helmet? Is it that one? No, that one's not Mark 7. Oh, that's why it's not on. There we go. Also, it's not going to fit in the gap. There we go. Also playing around with lots of different marks across everything as well. So the Mark II and Mark III are going to be pretty much interchangeable in terms of arms and things, and then the shoulder pads, we're going to like scatter all sorts of different shoulder pads across everything. I really miss, as I found out when I was doing the Inducti, I really miss all the bonding studs that were on the Raven Guard. Like, I really like the bonding stud shoulder pad on the Raven Guard, so I was really missing those. So I'm going to start throwing some of these in on some of the real Marines as well. But all the Inducti are pretty kind of clean in terms of, this is a Mark II Marine, this is a Mark III Marine, everything is neat and tidy, the right backpack, the right shoulder pads and things, because they're kind of like fresh recruits, whereas the rest of them are just going to be like haphazard everywhere, mashing everything. So there's likely to be lots of Marines like this, which should be quite cool. Isn't that helmet too early for Heresy? Too early or too late? The Mark 7, you did have Mark 7s in Heresy. And this is a very late Heresy Night Lord's army. In other slightly financially worrying news, I figured out a cool theme for both a Wood Elf and a High Elf 2000 point army I'd like to make. Oh yes, Sinister. Okay, they are nice. Are they desaturated or is it the light and screen on my end? What are nice. These are desaturated. These are desaturated. I explain it all in the vid as well, so really interesting kind of conversation, I think. But yeah, they're desaturated. Yes. So yeah, it's really interesting because I think the helmets are pretty separated from the Mark 6 and Mark 7 doesn't go with Mark 2 and Mark 3 because Mark 2 and 3 only go with anything after Mark 2 and 3 doesn't scale back. But the helmets kind of have to, because that one's a Mark 4 helmet, I think. I think that one's based on a Mark 4 helmet. So they have to go back because these ones are the Forge World helmets which they sold to kind of add some interest and variety to Terror Squads and stuff. So we're all okay, I think. We're all okay going backwards, but yeah, I quite like that. I quite like the Power Fist. The Power Fist is a Primaris Power Fist, basically, which is why I'm asking. I'm asking about the Power Fist because it's a Primaris Power Fist. But I think it's quite cool, actually. It might need a little bit of trimming. So obviously this size of the elbow is not going to be there. I'm going to cut the Power Fist off and put it on a like a normal Mark 2 or Mark 3 arm, so it doesn't have a Primaris elbow pad on there and makes it look too big. And I might even remove that little bit of cable as well, so it's a bit more like internally cabled, just to remove a little bit of the bulk from it. But I don't think it's too bad. I added it on and I was like, actually, that's not too bad. Is there such a thing as too early for Heresy? Yeah, I think Tari was meaning that is the Horus Heresy too early for that helmet? Because it's a Mark 7 helmet. But yeah, the Mark 7. I think the Mark 7 was out during the Heresy, but it was definitely out towards the end of the Heresy. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Tari. I knew what you meant. Yeah, and then obviously we get to play around with some of the Sons of Horus. The Sons of Horus helmets I think look great, so they're going to look really good in the Night Lord's army as well. Anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I haven't said anything that is incorrect or wrong or doesn't work. Yeah, Chris is a Tari whisperer. I don't think you need to be a Tari whisperer to understand what Tari was asking about, whether this helmet was too early for the Heresy. So right, let's do some Alistor. So Alistor, for those of you who don't know, Alistor is a Raven Guard who was captured by a Night Lord and converted and broken, psychologically destroyed, and now fights as a traitor. So he's going to be painted with my Night Lord's colour scheme, and then he has this hammer which he uses to beat and chip away his Raven Guard chapter symbol from his shoulder pad. I'm tempted to paint this shoulder pad Night Lord's blue. I'm tempted. I don't quite know how far I'll go with that, because I think it would be quite cool to have a little bit of a nod. And obviously I'm using a Mark 7. So this guy is an absolute mishmash. So he's in Mark 6. He's in Mark 3 armor with Mark 2 shoulder pads with Mark 6 greaves, Mark 3 arms, sorry, Mark 6 shin pads, and then Mark 7 backpack, and then he's going to have a Mark 3 helmet as well. So he's all over the place in terms of Mark, and I think that's a Mark 6 bolt pistol, bolter as well. So all over the place, this guy. But he's based on a piece of artwork, which is why we're justifying it and making it cool, which is good. And it's going to work and it's going to be great. Now Alistor is a Terran. Is that a question? I have no idea. Is he? Now you are making Corax's point of sending them out into the outer dark. There we go. That is a question. I have no idea. I don't know. Is he a Terran? Don't know whether it said. Hang on. Did it say in the article? Alistor Rushel. He was captured during Isfan 5. Were there any Terrans in the Raven Guard chapter back then? Terran born but not raised from the 8th Legion gene stock, Rushel still wore the Mark III Iron Pyre armour of the 19th Legion, cast in cold black, edged with dented white trim. The noble emblem of his former Legion, the Raven Guard, has been brutally broken by blows from a hammer wielded by his own hand. So he's got a hammer, and he was Terran born. Yes, he was. There you go. Okay, so we need black. So this is my Raven black. This is a mix, which is really cool, and we are going to stipple it on with a size M brush. And I might, because this is a character, we might do a little bit of extra work on the highlights and shadows and things. I assume you looked at the Weird Boy. We have, yes. Yeah, he's cool. Do you like him, Tari? I think he's fab. I don't like the pink. Don't like the pink wire magic. I'm not quite sure why they've gone with pink wire magic, but I'm really liking all the new orc directions. That's a paint job issue, not a sculpting issue. You just paint it differently, and then it's all sorted. What do you think? He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright, he is. Right, let's do it there because that's a little bit more comfortable to paint. So this is working on, so he has white trim, which is all good because we do have a white recipe that I use for the Raven Guard as well. And he's also going to have, these are going to be black, but they're going to be the opposite black. So this is a cold black. We're going to do a warm black for the cloth, because despite what you might think, this isn't flayed flesh, this is cloth. So he's got lots of cloth hanging off his armour, and I did add a little bit of cloth hanging off that shoulder pad as well. Here is the question: what do you think would be needed to make him a warp head? Hairsquig's bigger skull, a warp head? I have no idea. What would you need to make him a warp head? Yeah, I'm not sure. What do you think, Twitch chat? I'd probably try and change his magic somehow. Probably try and change his magic somehow. Shift his electric magic to like more flames. That would probably be the way to go. And if anybody's on Blue Sky as well, because of the Tyranid Red Terror dude being revealed at Adepticon, I've also reshared my Death Leaper video. So if anybody missed the Tyranid Death Leaper painting tutorial, that has been shared back out on Blue Sky. If you didn't see it first time round. That was a really, I really like that model. I think the way they're doing the special characters for the Tyranids now is actually really nice. I think they're fab. They're looking great. So that's going to have white trim, that's going to have white trim, all these legs are going to have white trim. Should look quite cool. Should look very cool. There we go. I think Mad Boys are not coming back as that is problematic. Yeah, I wouldn't try and add too many kind of weird and wacky orc lore into characters, because you're just not going to get them. You're just not going to get them. What's the link? Lightbox. Oh, the Warphead and the Bad Boys. You want that model so bad? Kind of got addicted to the psychic powers. Yeah, don't get too attached to things like that, because that the chances of, especially after the conversation we had earlier about the cults and stuff, speed freaks and blood axes and things. It's just sadly that's just asking to be disappointed. You like the idea of a super psycho? Yep, would be cool. I don't think you'll see one though. So, like I say, that's just setting yourself up for disappointment. Sadly. Alistair Ruschel. Yeah, what should we do? What should we do with the drunken sailor? Shall we give him like a half a Night Lord's shoulder badge? Should we go? Night Lord's blue on his on this shoulder pad? Do, 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 do. Boom. A little bit on the back of the foot. Okay. The next part of the grey or the black. This should be quite cool. Ah! Should he have a red hand? Should Alistair have a red hand? Oh, he's got a red hand. Yeah, he's got a red hand on his knee. Of course he should. Of course he should. Right, so we've got highlights up here. Are you feeling better today, Tari? Tari too. Yeah, so this guy's helmet will go on when they arrive. Avion should be really cool. Yeah, let's do a. Now, do I do a night? Actually, I mean, it does look like he's got a. It does look like he's got 2 black shoulder pads. So maybe I shouldn't do a Night Lord's shoulder pad, but I'm really tempted to do a Night Lord shoulder pad on there. And it's a little bit inconspicuous on the artwork because it looks like it's got like white/silver trim. And if it's got silver trim, then you could arguably say that it's a Night Lord shoulder pad with the silver trim. I don't have to worry about the trim because the trim is going to be white. Just being grumpy this morning because I didn't want to go to work. Bloody Monday. I've got spag bowl tonight. I've done some bolognese and I'll do some spaghetti after stream. But you do have a Night Lord's Patreon video to watch, Tari, to hopefully cheer you up. And at the weekend, Tari, you're going to have some even cooler stuff to look at. Yep. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Forgot to swing by the grocery store today, so I'll have a look forward for dinner is a packet of ramen with chili teriyaki sauce. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll pop you a DM tomorrow, Tari. As Chief Nuclear Banhammer Wielder. I'm going to plan some more of the Porphyrion tonight as well, Stu. It's going to take a bit of work. but I will keep you updated. Phone, no worries. Also, if I will take clause to Warhammer World, yes. Yes. And also let me know how much you wanted for the SOCOM. If it is spare. This guy's badass. Yeah, I'll do my best to make it down to Warhammer World this weekend. I haven't been for ages, absolutely ages. So that would be good to get out. And accidentally have a accidentally have a lanyard when you go to lunch and have some lunch with you. Surely not. I've seen the roster and will be a few familiar faces. Nice. Some artwork. Emperor Legions. Is that Custodes? That's very old. Is that Stellard? Oh, Stellarum. Is that old school Ross behind the Emperor? Potentially. Potentially. $100% worth a trip, yeah. It is 100% worth a trip. There we go. I love the hammer, by the way. I absolutely love the hammer. I think the hammer's fantastic. Okay. I think it needs. We definitely need some black. For certain areas, like this, where I didn't quite get the. Primer going. There was another bit I've missed as well. Where is it? I don't know whether I've drilled this gun barrel actually. Yes, I have. There was definitely another bit where I'd missed the primer and I can't see it. Maybe I painted over it with the Raven Guard black. The idea will be to tie it in with a big shopping trip, a few other UK-based activities, as well as meeting up with some people, internet peeps for a game and a pint. Mind if I use chat for a sounding board? Of course, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. One stop. And it's also to influence and badly influence people for gaming ideas and hobby ideas. It's definitely what it's for. It's definitely what it's for. Do I mind if you use the chat for a sounding board? No. I mean, yes, I do mind. You're not allowed to do it. Okay. I think we need to just extend that down a little bit there. Like that. And the same here. Right, so the next Raven Guard highlight is this one, and because this is a character, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this with the mix we've already done to get like a halfway point, like that. Okay. And then hopefully we can blend this up to a point. Blend this up to a really, really good point. Any movement on your Iron Warriors at all, Stu? You'll be buying some. You'll be buying some Mark II Marines on Saturday anyway, for your World Eaters. I'm going to influence you. Right, gotta catch you later. Bye. See you, Stu. Have a good one, mate. I will text you updates. Don't forget, everybody, we've got there's a new Patreon video out, so you can do !Patreon in chat to go and find out the recipe and everything I talk about for making these Night Lords. Did anybody watch the golf yesterday? I'm guessing not, but just thought I'd ask. Speaking of sounding board, I'm thinking of my Wood Elf project to have all the foot people built up on 2x5 plates representing 10 people. That way I can get a nice balance between unit size adjustability but also fancy basing. Yes, definitely. That's how I did my old Tomb Kings. So that I could have the flexibility of doing cool big basing. It's dead easy to do, and it's really practical in game as well, because you only need 4 spare models. You need 4 loose models, and then whenever things die, you just swap out however many loose models you need to when you're removing them. So yeah, that'd be cool. So a game called Kings of War did that, where you had a unit base, and then you marked the wounds on the unit base. The other thing with Wood Elves as well is that you very rarely need like large units. It's all kind of small skirmishers or small archers, unless you want to go, unless you have plans of going Taliesin with Lord Taliesin with like spearmen and stuff. The Kings of War thing is what my friend's Skaven army was that I bought. So he said he didn't want to play Kings of War anymore, and he didn't really want to play Age of Sigmar, so I could have his Skaven. So I just had to rip them all off their Kings of War bases. Oh, you got Kings of War dwarfs. Ah. Tyree 2, what do you think of my Tyranid colour scheme? Do you like it? I got my it's over there. I got my Norn emissary down from the loft the other night as well, so I could paint it in my colours, or at least mock up the colours on it to see what it looked like. I'll go and grab it if you want to see it. The Lictor emissary, or the Norn Lictor. It's not Bear Moth, but it's pretty cool. It is not Behemoth, you are correct. Inspired by the Alien franchise. I think the Red Terror should look really cool in that scheme. With the metallic claws and stuff. Whenever that guy comes out, I'm going to have to grab him because I've already got Death Leaper. So, I'm just slowly collecting all the Tyranid special characters, clearly. Terror! In blue for a Red Terror. Well, it's got red armor. The scheme has red armor, doesn't it? Maybe I have to shift it a little bit for the Red Terror. How much of the Red Terror is armor? Maybe the Red Terror, I flip it. Maybe I flip it and I do red red skin and the turquoise armor. Would that work, do you think? The blue Terror. Well, like turquoise. Turquoise Terror. Turquoise Terror sounds cool as well. The Turquoise Terror. Better than the Peach Terror, anyway. Red Terror hunts elite Cadians in Kill Team. Oh, you got the link, thank you. Yeah, how much of him... If I had to put my colour scheme on him, if I had to put my colour scheme on him, how much of him would swap? Ah, now you see, he's nearly all armour, so he's going to be all red. Nearly all of that is armour. There's very, very little of that. Like the tail would be turquoise. And that'd be about it. Bloody hell, yeah, he's nearly all armour. Wow. He's badass. He's cool. So yeah, I don't need to swap it out. I don't need to swap it over, do I? For those of you who don't know what my colour scheme for my Tyranids is, it is... Where's Death Leaper? Where is Death Leaper? Death Leaper, where are you? There he is. What's that? It's probably easier to look at, actually. Where's the Raveners? The Raveners came out. There it is. There we go. So it's this red, and then the turquoise skin. But the Red Terror has just got... It's just all armour, so it's all going to be that red. It's all going to be this red. And then a tiny little bit of turquoise on the tail. That should work. I think that should work. I think that should work. Oh, it's Target's favourite song. Now, should I have a battered up 19 X1X across his chest that he's also smashed to bits like his shoulder pad. You can get away from it, I think. The way they painted it looks like the entire torso is chitin. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It looks like the whole thing is just armour. Which should look really cool. That would be alright, wouldn't it? This guy's looking suitably Raven Guardy. So we need a white. Do we think white Raven Guard symbol? We need a white Raven Guard symbol, don't we, on a black black armor plate, so I can batter it up. Clayton! Thank you very much for the follow, Clayton. Welcome to the crypt, my friend. Welcome to the crypt. Hope you are well. We are currently painting a Raven Guard Night Lord. I should probably put my Patreon link up in YouTube chat as well. Where's YouTube chat? There you go. There's YouTube chat. So just posted up in there. There's my Patreon link. And there's a video gone up today about Night Lords, painting these Night Lords. It's looking really cool. If you were already a member of Patreon, thank you very much. There we go. Right. So we need a what do we need? Need some metallic on that. Now the metallic, I've got a secret weapon for my metallics. Do you want to see my secret weapon? I have a new metallic paint, which is incredible. Are you ready? Very, very rare. I'm not entirely sure everybody's going to be able to get a hold of this, but because his hammer is one of a kind, and you will not see another hammer like it, I'm going to use this. Yeah, baby, yeah. Now, it's not just bolt gun metal though, because what I've done is very, very clever, because I've added a Vallejo model colour Vallejo metal color gunmetal grey into the bolt gunmetal, because bolt gunmetal is A, it's very old, B, the medium, the metallic medium that all the old paints used to have was incredibly thick, and therefore it didn't go on very well. However, if you add a little bit of that, look how smooth that is now. Look at it. So good, look at that. So we're going to use this. Look at that. So if you want a secret metallic paint and you have old bolt gun metal, add some gunmetal grey to it and it goes super smooth. Look at that. How clean is that? How clean is that? If anybody wants to try and guess what the hammer is, what parts they are, you are welcome. But it's designed to be like an industrial mallet, industrial power mallet. Is the inspiration for it, and it's awesome. Holy moly, this thing is probably older than you. What, the paint? No, it's definitely not older than me. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have it. Oh, I suppose my dad could have collected it and passed it down the generations, but he didn't. This is my paint from when I was a kid. Haha. There you go, check that out. How cool is that metallic paint? So yeah, if you have some bolt gun metal, add some metal colour paint to it, and you too could have really nice metallic paint. I received a package and Poe jumped on my desk to inspect all the new spells. Woohoo! Hey, Poe. How you doing, Poe? Did you doodah? I take it as a compliment. Aww. Okay. Yes. Yes. It's definitely really old paint. And I'm definitely younger than it. That's a good point, Tari. Thank you. Oh my word! That means Tari. That means Tari that Purples was giving me a compliment. It's usually just abuse. It's usually just Olivia abuse. What's the package? I suppose it's a bit of a stretch to get Olivia to be nice to me, or expect Olivia to be nice to me.
I can be nice to you, Christopher.
Yay!
But this, fuck you.
Oh no! What? Models from Kaz and Tenebrum for a raffle. Oh, congrats! Congrats. Easy access to the back of the backpack while the head isn't on. There we go. So, Raven Guard symbol on there. And then this needs to be Night Lord's blue, doesn't it? So. Let's make this. Lurk, no worries. Oh, did Avian ask his question? Avian, did you ask your thingy? Where's Avian? You did. Where is it? There we go. So despite making my army Dreadwing based, the rank and file probably have Stormwing markings, the most common wing, with elite units and vehicles with Dreadwing weaponry, also known as Phosphex, would have Dreadwing marks. With elite units and vehicles with Dreadwing weaponry having Dreadwing marks. Sounds good. So Dreadwing base, Stormwing. Okay, rank and file have Stormwings and then elite. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Right, so all that is going to be red, so that's red trim down there. Let's make this bit at the back of the bolter silver as well. Okay. Okay, so this one, because this is... Okay, let's close that down. So because this is the Night Lord's blue here, we can... get the Night Lord's blue up on here. Maybe I add some runes on this armor shoulder pad. Maybe that's the way to link them just a fraction. Maybe things have changed, but I think I'll use that as resources. Sounds good. Yeah, I like it, dude. So yeah, this needs to be, in fact we need to make that black as well. Because all the cloth is going to be a warm black. rather than the cold black of the armour. Maybe put some glyphs on the yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? I could hang like a Night Lord's glyph on there, like one of the glyph icons, and then the same on there. Put 3 glyphs across there. That would work. That would be quite cool. What order markings to give the characters? And do I do a 500 companion to Mary Sue? A 500 companion? What do you mean? Yeah, the first 500 Marines are stand with the lion. Do I do a 500 companion? What? So does the army turn into a 500 companion? That'd be cool. That would be cool. Berserk, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. What's happened to the painting camera? There we go. You're doing Dark Angels as well, Berserk? Nice. I haven't got any of my Dark Angels out here. No, I haven't got any of my Dark Angels out here. The closest one is over there. It's the Lion. I've done the Lion. I can't be mean to a first time chatter, so I won't tell anything about the Dark Assholes. Purples, you could always just refer to Avian. You could always just talk to Avian and call Avian's Dark Angels names. I'm in the process of painting him up. Nice one, Berserk. Nice one. Right, so we need Eclipse Grey. There it is. So we're going to do some Eclipse Grey, which is a really nice highlight for a nice nice warm black. The Lion is all right. Yeah, the Lion's okay because like he took all the cool sculpting away from the Blood Angels. So the Lion kind of. I'm glad you think that, Purples, because like lots of people hold the Lion responsible for all the Blood Angels getting no good sculpts. But yeah, you're right. The Lion took all the cool sculpting away from Blood Angels and made sure it all went into the Dark Angels. which is always nice. Azrael looks good. Yeah, Azrael's up there. Azrael is actually one of the Dark Angels that I painted up for YouTube. He's up on YouTube. Azrael is. You'll have to go a long way back on my videos to find the Azrael painting tutorial, though.
If one really needs to fuck off, Azrael is the one who needs to fuck off the most and the furthest.
Olivia. Olivia. Berserk Frog. I can only apologise to my employee Olivia. She's not normally that. She's not normally that mean and cruel to first-time chatters. She's usually very welcoming. Like, welcome to the community, welcome to the crypt, first-time chatter. Wings are kind of the big organisation of Dark Angels. That is what our detachments are based on, or does our flavour characters based on them.
I'm fucking mean and cruel to fucking everyone. Fuck you, Christopher.
Olivia! Again, I'm sorry, Berserk Frog. Purple has opinions. Most opinions involve active volcanoes and tossing. Back to lurk. Okay. Purple fills an important role. If everyone had good taste, there wouldn't be anyone for a Space Wolves and Dark Elves to feel sorry for. Oh dear. I mean, not everybody can be cool enough to like Dark Angels. It's fine. Wolves and Dark Angels, woof. Yeah, that is a bit of a stretch, isn't it, Tari? That's a little bit cheeky. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. I haven't really done any Space Wolves. That is one chapter that I've done very, very few of. I did a Space Wolf squat for, what was the streamer who asked me to do that and then vanished? Can't remember his name, but I've got a Space Wolf squat up there, and that's the only Space Wolf I've ever done. Yeah, you converted them into oh, I did. Yeah, I mean technically.
OMG. Dark fuckers and space pups, all in one. Someone really needs to visit Mount Etna when it next erupts.
Mount Etna. Good Christoph. Good Christoph, what? Because I did a Space Wolf squat. Dwarfs and Space Wolves do have a lot of common inspiration. Well, very strong opinions. There we go. Nice warm grey. And the nice warm grey. Hey Pixel, how you doing? Fine, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really good. Currently painting a Raven Guard Night Lord. Did you find an old Mark III helmet for him? Yes, Avian is sending me a few very kindly. So yeah, I've got some coming in, which will be really good because then we can throw some on the actual Night Lords guys as well. So we have done We have done some of the inducti, not incubi, the inducti. So I've done some of the inducti, but the inducti haven't got any helmets. None of the inducti have got helmets. And they also have very basic colour schemes as well, so they just have kind of blue colour schemes. None of the kind of chaotic colour schemes that we're going to have on the rest of the Night Lords. Let's make a mythic race that is very short, based on some of the tallest people. Right, so we're going to put some of these runes on these bits of cloth, because I think that would be quite cool. So if we just pick 3 runes or 4 runes, if we just pick 4 runes. Now, do I do them red runes or do I do them white runes? I think probably white, right? I think we probably do white runes. So let's do these 4, or should we do these 4? Let's do those 4. The Night Lord's helmets, what mark are they a variant of? I think they're Mark 4. I said in the Patreon video today, actually, I think they're Mark 4. Exclamation mark Patreon if you want to go and have a look at Patreon video from today, uploaded today. Basically a painting tutorial for these guys, a little kind of painting tutorial and a conversation about the Night Lords, which is really, really cool. So yeah, exclamation mark Patreon for that. Thank you, Tori. Just had a good stream goal. If we raise X amount, be it subs or pounds, Chris has to paint a dwarf army, cosplay as a dwarf and walk around on his knees when playing at Warhammer World. That is a fucking big stream goal. I'm not sure you guys could afford that. So, nice try. But that stream goal would be enormous.
Stream goal, 2 sub donations, 3 subs and 1 follow. Now that is enormous. Go ahead, Christopher.
That's the 2 sub donations and 3 subs and a follow is not going to make me paint a dwarf army and cosplay as a dwarf. That's not happening. I like dwarves even less than ultramarines, arguably. It's going to have to be a conversation to work out which one is worse, to be honest. I mean, I wore an ultramarine dressing gown on stream once, as I'm sure you all remember, for a stream goal. But you would have to go some way to make me dress up as a dwarf. Also, I'm 6'5", so just doesn't really work. How much to make you wear a pair of elf ears for a stream? About 5 subs.
Well, I kinda agree. Dwarves can fuck off. The Votan and the Necromunda squats are the only good ones.
Yeah, about 5 gift subs to make me wear elf ears. Tari. Chicken. Well, it's not like we are making you paint an Ultramarine army. Chicken. That goes into the book. Outrageous. Okay, now that's a good idea. I forgive you for the Dart Fuckers and the Space Puppers. What's with the dwarf? Hey, I don't like dwarfs. I'm an elf. Yeah, my friend played dwarfs. My friend was a dwarf player. I don't like dwarfs.
Look, the fact you are 6 feet 5 inches makes it that much more funny.
Emotional damage.
Yep. Emotional damage. Same with bards as well. Bards in RPGs. Hate bards. It's a dog cat people all over again. There we go. Oh, that was close. That was close. I just looked up. Sorry, Avian. Close, but no cigar. I'm sure that got somebody, though. I'm sure that got somebody. Yeah, Weird Boy looks okay, doesn't he? He looks good. We've been quite pleased with him. Paint job. Could be changed for the better, but that's the whole point of the hobby, where you can paint things how you want them. But the model itself, fab. There we go. Timing is a thing. Timing is a thing. Right, what time is it? 6 o'clock. always tell what time it is right now because I'm not eating too much. So I can, when I'm starting to get hungry, that's when I know. This is going to be a Raven Hammer guy that was tortured by and made. Yes, so this is a Raven Guard Night Lord. It's a guy called Alistair Rushel who was captured and tortured. So he's going to have a Raven Guard symbol on here, which we're going to chip away, and then he's going to have some Night Lord's runes on the cloth. And maybe something on this shoulder pad, but it'll probably just be runes more than anything else. And then he has a red hand on this shin pad, and I've got to paint a crosshatch scratches on it as well. And then he's going to have a Mark III helmet with red bloody eyes, which looks really cool. The new Wibbo looks proper bonkers. I love it. It does. Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Really liking the aesthetic direction for the new orcs. They've improved a lot. They have improved a lot. We like them. We like them. We like them. Okay. That's a very cool looking backpack power pack. Thank you very much. It's just a Mark 7 one. It's a old Space Marine Tactical Squad one. So this guy's a right mix, a mashup of all different marks. It's based on a piece of artwork which is a little bit random. Right, 2 seconds, very, very quick bio break. I'm going to finish in a second anyway, but I'll be right back. 2 secs. What's the artwork? The artwork, where are we? Is this one. So that's the artwork. That's Alistair Rushall, Tari, who, like I say, is the guy who was captured. But he's got an absolute mismatch of armour. Now, he's supposed to have Mark III armour in the lore. In the book, he's supposed to have Mark III armour. But if you have a look at this, he's got Mark III helmet, he's got Mark III armour on here. That is definitely a Mark VI shin pad. Then it looks like he's got Mark VII backpack, which is why I've kind of smashed everything together. So he's got Mark III armour everywhere. Avian is very kindly sending me an old Mark III helmet, which has got this kind of dwarf beard grill, which looks really cool. And then he's got, it looked like Mark II shoulder pads with the thinner trim. So I've given him Mark II shoulder pads, and he's got the Mark VI greave, and he's got the Mark VII backpack, as you can see. So that's what he looks like, which is quite cool. I really like the New Orc boys too. The New Orc boys are okay. There's something off about them. Nicer posture, maybe. I've seen something like that. A guy at my store has an infantry heavy Blood Angels army, 30 tacticals, 16 despoilers, veterans, etc. And his models are just breathtaking. I thought they were Forge World. Nice. Hey, does the kit show which paint to get for the model? Hail Atlantis, no it doesn't. Your choice of how you paint them is completely down to you, and like all based on the lore. And how you kind of paint stuff up. Although I suppose if you have a look at the back of the box, it gives you like a base starting point, if you like, if you're a bit unsure of which way to paint them. Turns out they were all plastic. So much Blood Angel flavour. Nice one, Piotr. Are your inducti all different marks? So my inducti, there is a, hang on, Chris. There's my Patreon. So I do there's a video about the inducti and a little bit of an explanation about what's happening with them. But the inducti are basically Mark II and Mark III, and they're pretty generic in terms of that is a complete Mark II build and that is a complete Mark III build. The only difference is that I've swapped all the heads off for bear heads, so they've all got bear heads. But all the Inducti, I've got 1 unit of 10, and they're all Mark II and Mark III like this. And then once we get into the actual Space Marines, that's where we start getting an absolute mismatch of everything. So this one, for instance, is Mark II body, Mark II shoulder pad, Mark III shoulder pad with bonding studs, Mark VII helmet. It's actually a Mark II backpack, but I'm going to build the torsos of the Mark IIs and Mark IIIs and then just throw kits at them so that they're all randomly everything. So they're going to be all over the place. This one's Mark VI. Mark VI with a whatever Mark helmet that is. So yeah, the actual Marines are going to be all over the place. The Inducti are just Mark II and III. That's just ended up how I ended up building them. But you'll notice that the Inducti haven't got any flayed skin on them either. So there's no flayed skin on the Inducti either, because they haven't been around long enough to actually flay anything and put the skin on their armour. Very cool, thank you very much. Looking at the Black Templars, nice. That sounds like a lot like Heresy. It is a lot like Heresy Starfarer. How are you, dude? Primaris Power Fist. Yes, well spotted. Well spotted. This is just tacked on at the moment just to see what it looked like, because I was quite curious. Quite curious what kind of scale it is. What kind of scale it would be on a Primaris. On a Horus Heresy Marine. I don't think it's a million miles away. There's a few things that I'm going to do. I'm going to remove that little bit down at the bottom, the cable down at the bottom. But other than that, I don't think it's a million miles off. If you get the Combat Patrol or it'll take Black Templar paint guard in the box. Yes. So if you want a Black Templar. There is their YouTube channel. There's also plenty of YouTube channels that have done Black Templar colour schemes, but it's basically black. Yeah, Black Templar is a very, very easy colour scheme. It's black with white shoulder pads, isn't it? So, where's my glaze gone? I've lost my glaze. Oh, it's there. Got it. So yeah, my friend Rich has done a Black Templar painting tutorial, but it's a bit more advanced. So if you're just starting out, I'd probably start with the Warhammer tutorials until you've got a kind of a grasp of the brush skills and paint skills. Do you think the Primaris fits well on Mark VI or Mark III or Mark II like other bits? No, it doesn't at all. The scale's all over the place. The Primaris scale, 40k scale, is terrible. 40k scale, like I've spoken about scale quite a lot, and Horus Heresy is very tight on the size and scale of all its models. They're all very, very true, and they're all much less heroic scale, whereas 40k is absolute heroic scale. So 40k blows things up all over the place. So there's not a lot of Primaris stuff that will fit into Horus Heresy, sadly. The Chaos Space Marines just about do some of them, but yeah, the 40k scale is just a little bit cartoony. It's all over the place, really. But you've just got to remember that it's just representative. It's not 40k is not supposed to be like a scale war game. It's not like a model war game in scale kind of thing. It's much more representative of here's a cool model. I'm going to put it on the battlefield because it looks cool. Yeah, the Black Templar Castellan is just ridiculously huge. Eons of Battle Black Templars is a good one. You prefer 40k? Nice one, Sinister. I hope that made sense. English is my first language. You love the Castellan so much. Yeah, the Castellan is lovely. Castellan is really nice. But that's a perfect example of like just enormous scale. Just jacked up. Because that's a firstborn. That's supposed to be like a Horus Heresy size. But it's just... yeah, 40k is... Here's a model. How big should we make this model? Irrelevant of what is around it. The only time when scale sort of starts being a little bit more respected in 40k is when you're looking at the Imperial Guard. The Imperial Guard stuff is much more respectful of scale, particularly the newer. Well, in particular the newer stuff. So all the new Imperial Guard stuff is very, very. It's much closer. It's still not like Horus Heresy. You like bigger and more greebleed out models. Something about a model that references old art that makes me just makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Eons of Battle. Yeah. There's loads of Black Templar videos out there. But there is literally, like, if you're using contrast paints, there is literally a contrast paint called Black Templars as well. So you could put a very, very simple kind of grey primer on the model so it looks like this, and then slop Black Templar contrast paint all over it. If that's kind of a finish that you're happy with, then by all means do that. If you're looking at kind of improving your painting, I would suggest not doing that because it doesn't teach you any kind of brush control. Also, Genestealer Cult. Genestealer Cult is pretty good on scale as well. They've got some really nice kind of fine detail on them. Sisters of Battle are a little bit heroic, so they're a bit kind of jacked up. Necrons are kind of true in scale to themselves, but they are kind of very kind of cartoony. Orcs, very cartoony. Very kind of heroic scale. Heroic scale, by the way, is the head and the weapons and hands are all kind of blown out of proportion. So if you want I haven't got it on me. I keep meaning to have Glorfindel here. So I have a Glorfindel. So to show you kind of like an idea of what scale is. So these are supposed to be the same scale models as in 28mm. But 40k has grown so that it's now kind of accepted that it's like a 32mm heroic scale. Where is it? There it is. So that's a Golden Demon. That's a Golden Demon Glorfindel entry that I did a while ago, and this is Marneus Calgar's leg. So this is 28mm true scale, and this is what started out as 28mm and has then got blown up and like just made bigger and bigger and is now like kind of a 32mm scale, and like then is labelled as like a 32mm heroic-y kind of a scale, but is actually just like a scale within in of itself. So it's all kind of mental. And if you compare, so if you look at Shatterpoint models are advertised as 40mm scale models. This Primaris model is about the same size as a Shatterpoint model. So 28mm when? Back in the late 80s. 28mm, 3rd edition, 4th edition, all 28mm. Black Templar paint over thingamajiggy. Fuck that comparison look. Yeah, it's bonkers. It's ridiculous, Hendarian. And this is what I was trying to explain when I was painting this guy. I was trying to explain how tiny he is, because I painted his eyes, and his eyes have dot highlights in them. And obviously, when you're painting this on stream, he looks this big on stream, because I'm painting with a massive camera lens, so I'm all zoomed in. But trying to explain how big this guy is, or rather how small this guy is, so I did that on stream once to try and explain it. And then I took the picture because it looks cool. And this is quite well painted. Like the blends on this are quite smooth and everything. And then you see the blending on this and trying to get the blends on this quite smooth compared to that, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, 40k is kind of like a scale in its own right. It's its own little scale world, and scale is not really a thing in 40k. Scale is not really a thing in 40k. That's bonkers. It's good, isn't it, Hendarian? It's good. And I really like painting the small stuff. I really like painting the small models. So I really like painting the small models because I like the really fine detail stuff. And my brush strokes, I don't have very much control over longer brush strokes. So when I'm painting larger models, my brush strokes get a little bit less controlled, which is why I paint some of the larger models in like stippling actions. But I love painting the small stuff because I'm really good at putting marks in exactly the right places. I'm painting Glorfindel and it sucks in a good way, but it still sucks. I love painting Glorfindel. I've painted Glorfindel 4 times, Sinister Plank. I like Glorfindel so much I've painted him 4 times. Only when people screech that you modelled for advantage. Modelled for advantage? And I sit here in front of my notebook and can barely read the chat. Yeah, but you do really well in Golden Demon as well. I've still not won a Golden Demon, so I can say nothing about your work, Hendarian. It's gorgeous. I'm still waiting for Golden Demon to come back to the UK. I've only been able to enter it twice since I got back into the hobby. Well, 3 times since I got back into the hobby, and I've finished 4th 3 times basically. Scale. I was commenting on scale. Models for advantage. Come to Adepticon. It's so expensive. Like, I'd love to come to Adepticon. That's not a problem at all. It's so expensive. So when things calm down, yes, I will 100% try and come to Adepticon. But I have to be making enough money on things to be able to afford to come to Adepticon. It's very expensive to get out there. So yes. And when I do, I will 100% be entering a Lord of the Rings model. Next year it's probably in the UK. I'm kind of hoping so. Hendarian. Like, they've got to at some point. Like, I don't know why it's not at Games Expo, at UK Games Expo. Like, I know they don't want to do their own con because it's so much money for them to do, and they don't like spending money, they just like taking money. So I'm guessing at some point they will piggyback on a UK con like they have Adepticon and Essen. And it will be at the UK Games Expo or something like that. So at some point that will happen. Right, we need to do white trim, and the white trim starts with graphite, which is here. So this is how the white trim starts. So we'll put a little bit of graphite on the wet palette, and we need to mix it with a little bit of black. There it is. With Frocon, I'd love to do a Frocon. Love to do another Frocon. Yeah, I'd love to do another Throcon. Try and find a location to do it. Did it at Warhammer World last time and we only had one person come, so I need to do it somewhere other than Warhammer World. It was Frofest. We called it Frofest, didn't we? Right, so this is the white trim that Alistair says he has on his black armour. And then we'll do that one silver. Would you come to one in the UK, Hendarian? Would you come to a UK GD? I'm guessing you would. Probably being at Nottingham's and Manchester's nice. You were at the Nottingham one. So yeah, I got commended at Nottingham and Manchester with Glorfindel. Back when commended was like the finalists. The top 4 or 5. Oh, I thought you'd got one. Oh, I'm sorry, Hendarian. I didn't mean to place a golden demon in your hand. I thought you'd got. I thought you'd got one. Right. Okay, last little bit, guys, then I'm going to go and make my spag bowl. Get some spag bowl down me. But yeah, if anybody would like to support me on Patreon, that would be massively appreciated. Drop me a follow. Follows are free on there, and then you can upgrade if there's a video that I post that is of interest to you. But there's lots of stuff on there if you want to scan through and have a look. Definitely my best work, not as busy as previous attempts. Yeah, the Sweeping Hawk's gorgeous. Really nice. There we go. Alright. Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you very, very much indeed for hanging out. Thank you for all the questions and stuff. Hendarian, nice to see you. Hope you have a good evening, everyone. And I'll see you again tomorrow. I might finish this guy up a little bit more tomorrow. I've got the, like I say, I've got the transfers to add on here, but I do need to kind of, I want to glaze this a little bit into here so it's not quite so textured, because it has got to fit into a quite a smooth looking army, so I don't want it to look, I kind of want it to bridge the gap between the very textured Raven Guard that I've been doing and the very smooth, or at least the armour at least. Like I say in the Patreon video, the texture from the Night Lords is coming from the battle damage and the lightning and the blood splatter, rather than having to come from the armour finish itself like the Raven Guard. So the Raven Guard, all the textures coming from the armour finish. Rather than anything else. So I want to kind of just soften this down a fraction, which we'll do with some glazes, and maybe put a little bit of a higher spot highlight on there as well, and then obviously I've got to do the white trim and make that pop, which is nice and easy to do. So we might finish him off tomorrow. I also have here, if you have a look, I've also got a Saturnine Terminator here as well, giving him some claws. So I've got a Saturnine Terminator here, which we're going to work on for the Night Lord as well. and get him. That's not glued on, obviously. Get him finished off. Don't know why that's not slotting in now. But we can. I'll finish building him, and then maybe we can prime him. Yeah, there we go. Thanks very much, everybody. Later, Tater. See you, Tarutari. I always think of the duel from 2022. Though you know specifically less good painter than yours. Cheers, bud. You're welcome. Yeah, Tari, I'll drop you a DM tomorrow. Hopefully make you smile tomorrow. The goal is to paint a model to a level like yours or Zum's Archon, but that'll take a lot of practice. Yeah, I really want to kind of get cracking. I've got another Lord of the Rings model that I want to paint for Golden Demon, so when Golden Demon does come back, I'm ready for it. So I do have a Golden Demon Lord of the Rings model to paint. So that'll be really cool. Where's my... There it is. So that'll be cool when it's when we get to work on that. In fact, Zum is on. As is Cryo. Do we want Cryo or Zum? What's Cryo working on? Custodes, and Zum is doing Kingdom Death. Let's go Cryo. Let's go Cryo and give you some Custodes. There we go. Have a good one, everybody. Have an amazing evening. Take care. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the shouty outiness. And I'll see you later.